You are listening to the Be the Bridge podcast with Latasha Morrison.
How you guys doing today? It's exciting.
Each week, Be the Bridge podcast tackles subjects related to race and culture with the goal of bringing understanding.
But I'm going to do it in the spirit of love.
We believe understanding can move us toward racial healing, racial equity, and racial unity. Latasha Morrison is the founder of Be the Bridge, which is an organization responding to racial brokenness and systemic injustice in our world. This podcast is an extension of our vision to make sure people are no longer conditioned by a racialized society, but grounded in truth. If you have not hit the subscribe button, please do so now. Without further ado, let's begin today's podcast. Oh, and stick around for some important information at the end.
Hey everybody, it's Faith. I think we've met before. We might be friends by now. At least, I hope so. As we all know, 2020 has been a tough year, but it was also a year of bridge building for me and the Be the Bridge team. We are taking a short break and we'll be back soon with the next season of incredible conversations. With that said, we want to share with you the highlights of our most popular Be the Bridge podcast. Again, these are highlights, so go check out the episodes you may have missed. Enjoy, and we'll be back soon.
For a lot of people, that was the first time that something like this maybe had been caught on video or that it touched the world in that sense where, our grandparents and our, parents have been talking about this for decades and centuries. And so, but I think this was, one of those instances that where video, you were actually seeing video. And I think this one was different even from Trayvon and a few others that happened in New York, even like early, 10 years prior, where, phone video was seen. And I think, when we start, when we attach to anything being a collective group, a lot of times you're thinking about your brother, you're thinking about your child or your father. And I think the thing, that kept gripping me during that time is, despite all the details in this, there was a child, that was 18-year-old, a senior, like any other 18-year-old that has ups and downs in his life or whatever, but laid on the ground for 4 hours. One of my newest friends, Beth Moore.
My alarm came with Trumpism, and I'd like to explain what I mean by that. And I've tried to get people to understand this, and I hope some of our listeners can hear the nuance in this.
Right. Our listeners they're there too. They're traveling the same journey with you.
Okay. Well, here's my thing. I expected Donald Trump to be Donald Trump. And so I need somebody to understand it, because I expect worldly people to be worldly people. I don't have it's not, where my alarm came in is with Christian leaders getting so wrapped up in it, and so much triumphalism in it. That's where I started getting extremely undone and extremely worried. But it was in the crowds and
the rallies.
As I watched on the screen, and I felt this. This is so dangerous.
Yeah.
This kind of, the best word I know to call it is just triumphalism.
Yeah.
What does it mean? What does greatness mean? This whole feeling of going backwards instead of forward. And oh my goodness, what you need to know is I never did think, it wasn't a matter of somebody that cast a vote for this candidate or that candidate. I didn't vote for either candidate, Tasha. I didn't care for either one of them, and that's just me. And I do realize there are a lot of drawbacks to that kind of a philosophy, but I was completely caught. In order to stay with my convictions, I did not have any way to go there, and I went third party. But I will tell you, it was the whole tone of it that was so scary to me. And it wouldn't have been in everyone that cast a vote a particular way. It was in the swell. It wasn't just about the voting booth. It was in this swell of popularity and almost near, it was nearly messianic to me. And what I felt as I looked and saw the tone of it and all, and not just from him, but in surrounding it. That's where my crash course began. I saw someone say on Twitter not too long ago that that if you're going to be a Christian, you have to be a Republican. There's no other choice for you. And, here I am thinking, what I'm going to tell you right now is that I am going to neither one of your parties. You are not going to. I am a Jesus follower.
And doctoral candidate Jemar Tisby.
Folks always have tried to label people as a way to disempower them. And that's especially true when it comes to Black people. But if we focus on racial dynamics and the way white supremacists and racists have labeled Black people, they use the N-word with the ER at the end as an epithet. But there are other ways they labeled people working for racial justice. So after the Civil War, people coming into the South to try to work for Black advancement and Black uplift, they would label carpetbaggers or scalawags, and what they did was they would put you in a box, mark it with whatever red X was forbidden in their social circles, and that was a way to ignore you or to minimize your voice. So there's a long history of this, and now we have labels like communist, Marxist, liberal, leftist, social justice warrior, and the latest one being critical race theorist, as again attempts to put you in the box, close that up tight, and not have to listen to what you're saying.
Let's take a really quick break, and we will be back shortly. Be prepared to learn something new.
The Next Right Thing podcast, a podcast about making decisions that are making our lives. Emily P. Freeman, Wall Street Journal bestselling author, podcast host, and curious listener, dedicated to helping you create space for your soul to breathe so that you can discern your next right thing in love. Decision fatigue is a real thing. Adults make over 35,000 decisions every day. Many are second nature. Emily is here for the ones that aren't. She's made it her job to put into words the thoughts you don't have time to think. If you're feeling stuck over a certain decision right now, unsure what to do next, and frustrated by your lack of clarity, check out the Next Right Thing podcast. New episodes are released every Tuesday. Annie and Eddie Keep Talking podcast. Friends and podcasters Annie F. Downs and Ed Kafultz host a 30-ish minute show promising laughs, random topic deep dives, and rabbit trails. All the things you've come to expect when Annie and Eddie keep talking. Birthed from the weird, unprecedented, trying times being sheltered in place during COVID-19 and the need to stay connected. New episodes are released every Tuesday and Friday.
Dr. Christina Edmonson.
Well, so there are aspects of it that of critical race theory that certainly resonate with me and kind of my particular worldview. Part of that, so I hold to the doctrine of total depravity, which doesn't mean that we are the worst thing possible ever, right? We are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are made in the image of God. But it does speak to the depths of sin. Just how low and how deep sin go, not on just a personal level, but in a institutional, structural, and cosmic level, right? So the whole world is indeed impacted by the fall. And so when critical race theorists talk about the baked-inness of racism into our systems and into our philosophies, into our law, for me, that's just not a huge stretch. Because I would go a step further, right? I go further than CRT, and I'm talking about racism and white supremacy as a principality that's seeking to kill and destroy us. That it is bondage on our neighbors, and that it's bondage of delusion and self-idolatry on white people. My language is probably significantly stronger than critical race theorist language on this topic. But that resonates with me, how permeated it is, how deep into the system, and that we have to go to the root. We have corrupted roots, and that, as someone who, again, believes and understands the depths of sin, that makes sense to me, that it is at the very root, at the very core, and we have to examine those roots and presuppositions. The other piece that resonates with me in terms of the significant pieces, right? So the critique of the concept of liberalism. This is the historic concept of liberalism. Now, when we're talking now about liberal progressive, right? But just the historical concept of liberalism in Western society. This idea of meritocracy and color blindness and neutrality. And so in many ways, because of my faith, not because of my sociology, because of my faith, I reject those pieces. I know that is not. I know that is not the case, right? I know that we do not live in a colorblind world, colorblind reality. As you and I are descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, like we know this. We know we are not in a colorblind reality. And so I think they're just things.
Again, these are just highlights. So go check out the entire episode that you may have missed. If you are a member of the Donors Table, go check it out.
Thanks for listening to the Be the Bridge podcast. To find out more about the Be the Bridge organization and or to become a bridge builder in your community, go to bethebridge.com. Again, that's bethebridge.com. If you've enjoyed this podcast, remember to rate and review it on this platform and share it with as many people as you possibly can. You can also connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Today's show was edited, recorded, and produced by Trayvon Potts at Integrated Entertainment Studios in Metro Atlanta, Georgia. The host and executive producer is Latasha Morrison. Lauren C. Brown is the senior producer. Trayvon Potts was our transcriber. Please join us next time. This has been a Be the Bridge production. Be the Bridge, 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 be the Bridge.